Hi, this is a quick video on how to create and use your own simple stencils inside ArtRage. I'm using workbench mode so that I can fit everything in the screen for the video. I'll just initially X that out of that just so you can see what it looks like by default. And that's in kind of full screen mode, but that hides too much, so then we go back into workbench. I've now selected the fill bucket and I'm going to go to the the gradient version, and I'm going to pick a gradient style, and one I saw earlier that looked pretty good was, I think, neon. So let's try that one, and I'm going to go for that kind of pattern. So if I do something like this, then that's given me the principle of what I want, but actually I want it a bit further down. So let's do that first. I know this isn't about a stencil, but it just makes a stencil look nicer if you have it in this kind of context. The screen that I'm drawing here is for a tutorial on searching in Windows desktop. I fancied a font that was actually looks like a typewriter, and some Googling suggested that the one I wanted was something called Elite. So I'm going to find that. Special Elite, in fact. So that pretty much fits the bill for me. So I'm going to open a Google Doc, and because this is a Google font, and create what I want in there and create a stencil from that. So as you can see in an untitled document, I've created a bit of text, Special Elite 60 point, and I'm going to Windows Shift S that in Windows 10, grab it, and then I'm going to come into paint.net and paste it in there. And then I'm going to save it. I'm going to call it Windows, no, that's not quite right, is it? Windows Search, Elite font. Okay, sure, I'll do that. And now, if I close that, and I'll take the Google part away, and we'll come back to ArtRage. And if we now look for the stencils, so here we have the stencils console, and I'm going to import stencil. We just created this one, so I'm going to say open there, and we should find that it's down here. Yeah, I didn't really want it to be that big, but that's fine. I should have been more careful about selecting the size. That's fine. So I'm going to create a new layer to actually make use of this. And I'm going to click on the stencil itself and X that. Now, this is a bit too small for my purposes. So with the focus on the Windows Search, on this template, I'm going to click there, just dragged it to the wrong position. Okay, so I'm going to hold down Control and right click and drag this. So it's gone out of focus a bit, or off the screen, but that's fine because I'm now going to let go of the Control key and drag it back down here. And I figure that let's move this out of the way a sec. I figure, in fact, I want it probably a bit more than that, bigger than that even. So let go of the Control key again and move that back there again. Now I would like a white colour, and the tool I would like is the paint roller. So got a white colour for that, that's fine. So I'm going to I've given it quite a rough canvas because that's the impression that I wanted. And I'll now say hide that stencil, and there we've got what I think is quite a nice look. So I'm going to, I could leave those rough bits in there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to tidy that up a bit. So I'm going to take the eraser. It's probably a bit too small at that rate, so let's call it 40. And just rub that out there. And rub that out there. And I just like that kind of rough look around that. That's good. So we're not quite done. I want another stencil. So we will bring the layers panel back in, and I'm going to try and get in the habit of giving these names, because otherwise when there's low contrast it's difficult to see what it's about. So I'm going to say Win Search Font. This is background. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to bring in a Windows font. So I'm going to Google for that. So I found on Commons Wikimedia some versions of the Windows logo, Windows 10. So let's pick this one. So I'm going to save. Actually, it's a bit crazily big, isn't it? So if we go back, let's try this one. And we'll do a save image as. And I'm just going to overwrite this one that I've got here, Windows-logo. So save that. Sure. Okay. So if I again go to Import Stencil and click on Windows logo, and we open that, and hopefully we've got a Windows logo here. So that's good. So we've got our search, so bring the layers over across here. We've got our background, we've got our search, and now we want to add another layer. So I'm going to set the layer name here. I'm going to say Windows logo. Okay, so we're on that layer there, move that out of the way, and click on Windows logo, and move that out of the way for now. So let's drag this into place. Now, so I've got my white colour, and it's the eraser, I don't want that. I want the paint roller, say. Now if I start painting here, move it out of the way, well, that's not quite what I wanted. So what I want to do then is, if I right click on the stencil and I say invert the stencil, it's interesting. That's not quite right either, is it? But anyway. And then we can start painting again. So evidently I should have probably edited that and brought it in a bit more, but that's okay. So we'll probably have to do some tidying up here. So if we now move that out of the way, so if I hide that, so I probably needed a bit more work, but never mind. And I click the eraser. We could probably do it slightly bigger this time, but never mind. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Bye.